Hey, good afternoon, saints, TIs, God's mounted patrol, God's elect, 144,000. How you doing? The Lord has been doing some major work in me, y'all. Just from a few days ago, I was focused on the gang stalkers and all the horrible attacks that was going on. And when the Lord confirmed through another brother, Stephen, thank you so much. I needed to hear what you said. I'm always open to correction or advice, or if the Lord gives y'all something, I won't take offense of it. However, if you're gonna call me names, I'll just delete you. I'm not gonna respond to you, but I will leave the name calling up there. I deleted a couple of the nasty ones that were actually really nasty, but the ones that are just calling me crazy or nuts or whatever, I'm leaving those up because it shows who you work for. And it doesn't bother me either. I've been called names all my life. I don't even care. But I was beginning to, because of all the heavy attacks, I was beginning to focus on the stalkers. And so that was lowering my energy like I had just had a breakthrough. Well, then they attack. Just to let y'all know, whenever y'all either are on the verge or about to have a breakthrough, the Lord is going to lift you up you're going to be promoted, basically, is what it is. Or you just had a major breakthrough and you have been promoted, you will be hard hit from every angle. And that's what just happened to me. So anyway, the Lord has restored my joy and my energy, even though I'm still only getting about 4 or 5 hours of sleep. It's amazing. It's like I don't even need that much sleep anymore. So maybe Father is using that because we're not going to need sleep as these things progress. We're going to need to, stay awake and still have our energy, be able to battle the fallen and free the captives, cast those demons out. Okay, so I'm going to start with my two dreams I had. I can't remember what I dreamt last night, but night before last, which would have been 11/12, I dreamt I was on a train, and which is symbolic for going home in my experience. And a woman appeared, and I saw her face, which I normally don't. When I get this, it's usually of the enemy. What I've learned, when it's someone that's of God, I just see a bright light around them. This was, I think it was a witch. I'm almost positive it was from the enemy. Pretty sure it was a witch. I can describe her. It's like I know her. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. And Father has told me that this is for me only, not to reveal details, but I got her name as well. Um, so the person that this is, um, yeah, it's all coming. Father is showing me who my true friends are. And there's not many, y'all, but she appeared on the train and sat next to me, and I said, "Do I know you? Are you following me?" I said, "Man, are you following me?" I actually said "man" in the dream. "Man, are you following me?" I said, because I've got people following me all the time, and I remember your face, and I do. I remember people's faces if I even just get a glimpse of them. So I might not be good with names, but boy, faces are like, I have a photographic memory, basically. And she said, "Hi, Lena," and she shook my hand. And I looked at her and I said, "Who are you?" And she goes, and she said her name, and then she said from where she's from. And I don't know a person with that name from where they said, nor do I know anybody from where they said, but the Lord will reveal it later. But I believe what Father has showed me is this person was on the train trying to find out where I was going or to feed off of me because we're about to go up. And these bottom feeders, hence gang stalkers, demonically possessed people, that's what they want. They want our light. They want to like piggyback on us when we go up, but they can't. They gave their soul to Satan, and now they got to pay the price. The ones that haven't sold their soul yet, they can't get out of it, and this is what Father wants me to talk about. Okay, the second dream. So that was kind of a positive dream, but the other dream was awesome, and it happened on 11/11. Woohoo! I love that number too, because I haven't been on in a couple of days. I'm telling both the dreams now. This dream was very vivid. I was going up some white steps, And when I got almost to the top, there materialized a big giant present, like bigger than my arms can, expand. And it was all white, sparkly, with a white bow. And it was for me. I knew it was for me. And I bent over to pick it up. And then it got big, it got a little bit smaller to where I could lift the lid, because at first it was huge. And then it was like this big. And I lifted the lid off. And immediately it was kind of looked like a ribbon being wrapped up. It started from the bottom of my feet, and it was white as well, with sparkles in it, kind of like glittery. And it started from the bottom of my feet, and it wrapped all the way around me to the top. And it became a beautiful white wedding dress, and then a crown went. Seriously, I heard ding like that. Like how they'll put the light bulb on those old timey videos, ding. That's what it did, and a crown appeared, and I heard 3 words: clothed in righteousness. Yes, y'all. So here's why I'm saying this, because this might help some other people. I messed up. I screwed up. And when I came on I guess it's been about 5 or 6 days ago, I was just so overwhelmed with, the harassment from the military and them threatening to take me to federal court for my boat, the attacks off of YouTube, my life being threatened, security being called on me for a bogus reason, totally bogus reason. I was almost hit by several different cars, just all kinds of stuff all at once. Plus, I'm trying to maintain my school, and it's really hard to even focus on reading anything, much less getting assignments in, right? But I was just overwhelmed, and I slipped up, and it started innocently. I was just walking around, and then I broke down and ended up having a couple of drinks. And luckily, I did not get drunk. I didn't get drunk, but I could have. I could have fallen into that trap, and Satan could have got me. So I believe possibly that's why my attacks were so horrendous the next few days. I told y'all, like, I had security come over here because someone knocked on my door saying, well, who cares? A couple of different weird incidents happened, and I believe that because I did disobey the Lord by going out and actually stepping foot into Satan's land, which is a bar, right? But the honest reason why I did it was to be around people and to talk to people. And while I was in there, it actually was an open area place, so it was like a bar and restaurant. It wasn't just a bar, but I went to the bar because I was alone. And my honest reason, I'm telling y'all the truth, why I went in there was to just talk to people and relax. Luckily, the Lord snapped me out of it and said, go, get out of here. And I didn't even call a cab. I walked like 4 miles home and kind of like burned off all the frustration. And I was just really guilt-ridden the next day. And I thought, I'm still not saved. I'm still not worthy. I did it again after I was doing so good. Lord, why? And again, he tells me, that's the thorn in your side, okay? You didn't fully seek me that day, which I didn't. I gave in. I was just like overwhelmed and I was exhausted. And FYI, when you're tired, that's why they do these tactics and these noise campaigns. One of the many reasons is to get us upset and tired, and then we're more easily manipulated into doing something we shouldn't do. They also put stuff in our heads, every person that I would meet on the street that day. Hey, there's a really cool bar having a blah, blah, blah. Hey, there's free drinks over here. Just all this weird stuff, just coincidences, right? As I walk by, it was all to put that thought in my mind. And then the bus driver that let me off on the way to where I was just going to walk around, which I did for a few hours, and then I finally slipped up right after it got dark, incidentally. Isn't that funny? And Father's telling me nothing good happens at dark now, and it's going to get darker and darker. But sometimes I'll need to go out, in the evening. We're not to have fear, but for the most part, we should not be out at dark. That's when the enemy is out the worst. And it's just interesting. As soon as the sun went down, I watched the sunset, and it was so beautiful. And then all of a sudden, it was like, I need to go to a bar. That's what I felt like. But while I was in there, I promise y'all, I witnessed. I talked about the Lord, and of course, I scared everybody off but one person, which I know was sent to get information from me. But I digress. But what I wanted to tell y'all was encouragement that Satan was working on me, making me think that, I wasn't worthy, that I wasn't going to be sent home, called up or go home or whatever, and that I had lost my salvation and all this, and that's how he does. And the Lord immediately led me to this that following day, and then he worked on helping me release that anger again because it came in, and I believe a lot of it is spirits through alcohol, but we have to cast them back out. Once we have the Holy Spirit, they can't stay in there. But we have to use our God-given authority and say, I rebuke you, get out. You have no right, demon of alcohol or whatever your demon is. That's my particular thing. The Lord has freed me from so many other sins, and I've never gone back to any of those. This is I guess it's called the strong man. But anyway, this is what Father led me to, and I wanted to share it with any of y'all that are thinking, man, I'm not going to be called up. I'm not worthy. I messed up and I sinned. I ate too much can be a sin, gluttony, or I cussed, oops, a cuss word, or I got really angry, right? This is for you. This is 1 Kings 8:46. If they sin against thee, for there is no man that sinneth not. So all of us sin. All of us are going to fall into it once in a while. But Father is looking at our heart. I'm not condoning sinning. If you knowingly, like if I would have said, hey, I'm going out and I'm going to go